Welcome to episode 93 of A Message From. We're your hosts. I'm Alyson.
I'm Edward.
And today, again, we are revisiting the topic of nostalgia, kind of. We're talking about things that we used to do a lot that we don't really have time for anymore. But first, I want to talk about something that I did not used to do that I also don't have time for.
Okay.
So you might remember this. I asked the group chat if I should start doing 3:30, which is it's been around forever, but for some reason it's been like gaining steam the last year or so.
What the hell are we talking
in
about?
Popularity. It's
What is 3:30?
It's a workout thing. So like you go on the treadmill on an incline of 12, speed of 3 for 30 minutes, and it's supposed to like melt the pounds off you or something. Yeah, a gimmick, but whatever.
Okay.
Apparently it works.
Okay.
You're literally just like crawling uphill.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll give it a try. Maybe I'll give it a try. And then I never give it a try. And so then I asked you guys, like, should I start doing this? I think I got one response that said, yeah, do it.
I haven't been in the group chat. I haven't been in any group chats as an active participant in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, you've been ignoring us.
Yeah, I have.
Which I have opted to not comment on. Because I knew you were off doing more fun things. It's not just our group chat, it's every group chat. I was going to start this last week, but I was like, I don't want to do it on the days that I'm like going to the gym, going to boxing and stuff. That's too much, right? It's too much. So I'm like, I'll do it 3 times a week. I'm not going to do it every day per week or like 5 times per week.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'll start on whatever day it was. I don't remember what day it was. The day I was going to start, it was pouring rain. I looked at my window. I was like, I'm not leaving my house today.
To go to the gym.
Absolutely not going to happen. So I'm like, today is not the day I start 3:30. And then the next day I was at the gym. I was boxing. And then after that, I was like driving to Michigan, boxed again that morning. And then it's been like busy times,
Okay, so you
busy
just
times.
haven't done it.
I haven't done it, but I'm going to start it. Period. I haven't done a period, but I'm going to start it. Because I want to see
this whole list of things was going to lead up to it, and then I did it.
No, it's leading up to I'm going to start doing it. I'm going to start doing it this week and then see what happens between now and the Christmas holiday. And then we'll have definitive proof, like, does it work? I'll be the proof.
This is definitely how very ethical, like, scientific studies are done.
Oh my gosh, so scientific. I know the scientific method.
She's a woman in STEM.
Let me create my hypothesis right now.
Okay, let's do the scientific method.
Doing 3:30 3 times per week will result in I should have done this math sooner. Like a 3% decrease in body weight?
Oh, you're doing quantitative hypothesis, not a qualitative one.
Yeah, qualitative ones are so hard to prove. I'm not trying to set myself up for failure in my first scientific experiment since like middle school.
I'm not I'm not trying to set myself up for failure in my scientific method experiment, but I'm going to make up this hypothesis on the fly on the podcast.
Well, hey, at least it's got a provable a quantifiable number. We can say, did I lose 3% body weight or not? I don't even know what 3% of my body weight is. Let me just...
Right, yeah. This is just... We're just throwing out numbers.
Well, hey, we'll find out if I'm right or not, won't we?
I guess that's true. But you could have done qualitative, and it will result in me being happy, and you could have charted how happy or sad you were at a certain part of the day.
That is a very you... That is a very you experiment. It's not a very me experiment.
Listen, I've had many experiments that involve numbers, and a therapist has told me that we're not allowed to do that anymore.
This is absolutely doable. 3% of my body weight? That's what we're going with.
Okay. I guess we're not getting any numbers.
We're not getting any numbers but the 3%.
Got it.
And that's it. So here we go. You can chart your happiness every day. That's not my vibe. It's not my vibe. I can't do that. So we'll see if I drop X number of pounds, equivalent to 3% of my body weight.
Did you see how many weeks you were doing this?
I said I was going to do it between now and the Christmas holiday. So we're just going to go, we'll say by December 24th.
Okay. So from now, which is a couple of weeks before this comes out, and the 24th. All right. I don't remember the steps of the scientific method, but I think we're going well.
Whatever, it's fine. Listen, my friend and I, we had to do like an experiment in one of our science classes. I'm trying to remember. It must have been in middle school. I think it was in middle school. Okay. I don't know how we chose this stuff. Who let us pick this? We were like, which hairspray holds the best or something? It's something to do with like hairspray. And so we're just like at her house in her bedroom, like killing the environment, aerosol, hairspray, all in our hair. I'm like, how did we even measure this? We must have failed that. I'm like, this was not, who let us pick this topic?
What is that drug called where you inhale like aerosols? Is that PCP?
Puffing?
Is it PCP now?
PCP?
Or is it different?
I
don't remember. The DARE program didn't do very well for me.
Whippets?
No, I don't mean like, like there's like a, not like a on the street, what we call it, like in the lab, what they call it or some shit. Isn't it like PCP?
There's this,
I
don't know.
Different? I don't remember.
What's PCP?
I don't remember. It's from DARE. I remember from DARE.
Watch us learn what drugs are.
Jesus Christ.
What is PCP?
Are you Googling it?
Oh, I didn't know that PCP was angel dust.
I don't know if I knew those were the same either. I thought angel dust was like isn't that crystal meth?
A dissociative anesthetic mainly used recreationally for significant mind-altering effects. Duh, we know that, but I thought you like smoked it.
I thought you inhaled it. All right, well.
Anyway.
Proof here. Here's qualitative proof that the DARE program did not work. I don't know shit.
Did it though? Because we're so oblivious, because we're so uninterested in it that we don't even know what it is. So did DARE work? Personally, I was a big fan of all the pencils, erasers, and all that other jazz they gave out for DARE.
Yeah, but that could have been drug paraphernalia. It could have said like do drugs and you still would have been like free pencil. You know?
True, that's very
true. Your vibe.
They literally, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a good point.
Everyone loves free shit. Best price in the world, FREE. Someone said that in my family once.
Free for you and me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Want to hear about my trips?
I do. I was going to say, let's swerve away from the drug chat. And tell us where you've been. Tell us what you've been doing, what you've seen, who you've seen, what you ate.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Food-wise, I'm impressed with British food all of a sudden. It's not bad.
Really?
Yeah. It's like actually pretty good.
I feel like you're impressed with like the popular, like it's like the movement that's going on everywhere right now, right?
British food being good?
No. It just anywhere you go, any city you go to now, I feel like they have these fun places like cafes and restaurants that are all about like the aesthetics and stuff that have just like really good food. It's not British cuisine.
No, I'm talking British cuisine.
What?
Yeah, shocker. Yeah, I know.
Don't get me wrong. I love some good beans on toast, but I mean, come on, this is not like impeccable cuisine.
I'm going to say something very controversial. I'm going to stand by it. I am finding British cuisine better than French cuisine, period.
You know, I actually don't mind that because I'm so particular in what French cuisine I like.
Think about it.
That
French
I don't
cuisine
hate
is not very good. What you what French cuisine do you like, out of curiosity?
So the thing is, the French cuisine that I like is the stuff that has a lot of Italian influence, like southern France, like provincial, like cuisine. I'm liking the vegetables. I'm liking the pasta. I'm liking...
To me, that's not French cuisine.
Essentially, that's it. Like, the local vegetable dishes and stuff. That's what I like. But it's not like, when you think of French cuisine, you don't think of that, right? You're not thinking of, like, potatoes roasted in the oven with like white wine and like tarragon and stuff. That's what I'm thinking of. But like when you think, and that is like
That's
French
what I'm thinking
cuisine.
of when I think of French cuisine. I don't think of pasta though.
Oh, I'm thinking like
I think like
steak frites. I'm thinking like
I'm thinking of that too.
beef
Yeah.
tartare. I'm thinking like all the things I
Yeah.
hate, like rabbit, and like I'm like, no, that's not my vibe.
Yeah.
That French
but like
cuisine's not
roasted
my vibe.
potatoes, like that.
Roasted
is
potatoes,
very French as well.
Love stuffed vegetables.
okay.
Love bread. Love.
Right. Bread doesn't count as French cuisine. That's like pastry stuff to me. You know, that's what I think when most people are like, I love French food. I'm like, no, you love like French pastries and like French baked goods. Like you don't really love French cuisine. Because it's low-key very boring. I mean, it's like done well, don't get me wrong. It's very expensive, but it's like low-key very boring.
I don't find it boring at all. I just think
Steak and fries? That's
it's
like pretty,
too much
nothing
meat
too
for
exciting
me.
going on there.
It's too much
You know?
meat for me. So, obviously.
Well, that's a separate issue. But anyway, I'm finding British cuisine very good. Had like a full English while in London.
Okay, but so here's my question. Besides a full English, what is British cuisine? Fish and chips and
mince
full English, and
pies,
that's it.
Mince pies.
Okay,
like
but
things
mince
like
pies
that.
are like very holiday only. That's niche.
Right, but like, what is the thing called that's also like a pie with shit inside of it? Shepherd's pie. I don't know, like these types of pies that they have.
Like a Sunday roast dinner. They've literally got 3 things. They got their Sunday roast dinner, they
Sunday
got their
roast is
full
good.
English, and they got their fish and
Full
chips.
English is
And
good.
that's it. You can't
Fish
call
and
that
chips is like,
cuisine.
meh.
It's 3 items.
Well, there's like other things, but like, I mean, we just said that French cuisine was just steak and fries. Like,
No, I said that's
Like-
one of the items.
right. Anyway,
I don't know
the
why
point
I'm
of the
going
story
so
is,
hard like against this, because I don't get me wrong, I love a full English minus the meats.
which is half of the full English.
I know. Well,
So
no,
you
because you've
don't really
got
like a
the
full
tomatoes
English.
and the mushrooms, you've got the eggs, you got the beans, you got the toast. I just get rid of the sausage,
Bacon, sausage, and
the
blood
bacon.
sausage.
And the blood, yeah. It's all sausage. It's all
That's like
freaking
half of the full
sausagey
English.
meats. That's
Yeah.
like.
Anyway, it was very
Anyway,
good.
moving
I
on.
don't even like beans, and it was very good. I mean, like I like beans, but I don't like
Okay, but let's talk
beans
about
and
like
sauce.
British beans are very different than like when you think about American beans. You might look at them and be like, that's just baked beans, but it's absolutely not the same flavor. And I think the reason I love them so much is because it's like it's more of like a tart acidic flavor. Like think about American baked beans, right? All
They're
sugar.
made with tomatoes.
Yeah, the British beans are made with tomato. I made homemade ones before, and I've got to say they were better than the Heinz canned version. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't think
I'm
that's very
sorry,
controversial.
Brennan. They're very good when you make them homemade.
Oh yeah.
It was so good. There was like obviously tomatoes. There's like Worcestershire sauce in it, some other things. I had this really good tomato vinegar, which was actually French, but we won't get into that. Slapped some of that in there. It was so good.
It's good stuff.
Lovely.
I have never liked baked beans. And I like beans, but I've never really liked beans in like a weird sauce like that type situation. So I was pleasantly shocked that I was vibing. And it was only sad I had it once. I would have like totally eaten it again. But it was not happening. But it was very good. Had some sort of pie situation. I don't remember what it was called. It was good. I was like thoroughly impressed. Sunday roast was also good. I don't know. I had a turn. I had a turn on London. I don't really vibe with it. I really didn't think I used to. It was also 20 the last time I was there, so I was a very different person. But it was great. I'd move there in a heartbeat.
This is funny because I just have like vivid memories of you like talking trash
Dunking
about
on
London,
it.
like not liking it at all, and me being like, I think it's lovely. It's a perfectly lovely place, and then you had a great time.
Did I ever cross a road without the like green walking man? No.
Well,
I
no,
was
because that's
absolutely
just
gonna
smart.
get hit by a car.
When the
Yeah.
traffic moves from the other way, you just you're not used
and
to
the
it.
bikers were wild. Some of the most wild biking I have ever seen.
Wow.
People are out here, zippy zippy. Yeah,
Have you seen
I
the
was shook.
TikToks? There's someone that does these TikToks like making fun of French cyclists. They're
No.
really funny. He literally rides his bike through Paris and he records it and he's just like dramatically like yelling at people, like people trying to cross in front of him, or like if there's traffic backed up so pedestrians will go when they're not supposed to, and he's just like riding his bike through them. Like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? What is wrong with it's so funny. I gotta find these TikToks and send them to you because
Yeah, send me one. I'm curious as to what that looks like. Shit was I gonna say? Oh, speaking of TikTok, it like does this. I've noticed it started doing this thing where I'm scrolling through, and it'll be like, you know how all apps when you like connect your contact list will be like follow this person, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I've noticed that TikTok is doing something where I'm flipping through, and it's that same sort of like template or whatever, but it's not this person's in your contacts. It's you're in this person's contacts.
Oh, I've never noticed that before.
I've never seen flipped, but it makes a lot of sense. Like, of course, they would be able to tell that if, you know, in a database you can cross-reference, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, let me tell you, the amount of people I know who show up and be like, you're in this person's contact, I haven't recognized a single person yet.
That's
These are just
weird.
Like people I've like drunkenly given my number to and like met at the club and been like, oh my God, we're best friends. Like I have no fucking idea who these people are.
No, I've never noticed that before.
I'm curious.
I only notice like this person's in your contacts, and because I refuse to connect my contacts to it. It's just people who are in your contacts.
Oh yeah, I think I connected mine to the message from.
Yeah,
list. Yeah.
You connected yours.
I wonder if you'll see on that one, you're in this person's contacts.
Maybe I'll start seeing that now. But no, I'm always like, no, I'm not connecting my contacts. No, thank you.
Yeah, I
probably should just like completely wipe out my contacts. I guarantee you there are people in there from like 15 years ago that I haven't spoken to since.
I had literally just tweeted that. I was like, I can't wait to like get back to the US, get a new phone number, and like actually clean out my contact list because it's full of like private class moms, like au pair jobs, obviously random people for the club I don't know. Like,
like, mine is probably like, you know,
people that
probably has like
from
class
France.
Names after people, like gym, calculus class. Like,
yeah, literally the amount of G's, like last name G, like just Tom Grinder, Jose, like all these people who I've just like met up with, like Tinder people, like people from who we used to know back in like France.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know why they're French numbers that have gone on to other people.
Oh, that's like, my WhatsApp conversations. They're all just like in their different WhatsApp groups from like ages ago that I can't even. I don't know who they are. The phone number doesn't exist to them anymore. Like you said, it's just another random person. Whatever.
But they're in your
like in my
chats?
WhatsApp group chats.
Why are they in your WhatsApp group chats?
Because we had a group chat in WhatsApp.
But those numbers, like that account isn't able to...
The conversations are still there.
Yes. But that person with the new number, like, can't contact the group chat.
Right, and?
Was that what you're saying? I was confused.
No, I'm saying also my WhatsApp just has all these old conversations in there,
people's
too.
old numbers. Oh, I thought you meant like their old numbers were referencing the like people who have the number now. And because sometimes that'll pop up on my WhatsApp. It'll be like, oh, so-and-so's in your contact, but it's like the name of someone. And then it'll be like a different face. And I'll be like, oh, this person... like my WhatsApp is recognizing that this person's in my contact list. And it's under like Emily. I don't know. But it's like not Emily, whoever the hell Emily is. You know? I'm like, oh, I need to delete this because it's now somebody using this number on WhatsApp that I don't ignore.
Anyway, on that note,
break, we're going to take a break and I'm going to delete all my contacts on the break. How about that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Hello, Edward here. Just wanted to say thank you so much for listening. It means a lot to both myself and Alyson. And it would mean even more if you sent us a message at 202-630-4509 or a message from pod@gmail.com. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and throw us a rate and review. 5 stars always feels good. And check us out on amfpod.com for all the little extra content that we have. Now let's get back into it.
welcome back. As always, we hope you enjoyed that break. We are going to, as per usual, completely shift gears and change topics. I feel like it's been ages since we started this conversation, but we did mention that we're talking about nostalgia again. I feel like this is a hot topic for us. Hot topic for anyone who has aged.
Which is everyone.
Sad. Yeah, but that's everyone. So this week we have a message from Jeff. Jeff says, "Hi, Alyson and Edward. Jeff from New Mexico. I got together with some friends for a quick game of basketball last weekend, and it got me thinking. We used to play ball all the time after class on the weekends, but we never have time anymore. What's something you miss doing that everyday responsibilities get in the way of? Thanks." Gosh, isn't that depressing?
I don't know. I don't know if I don't do anything anymore that I like really want to do. I don't know. Like, I don't play as much video games, you know, as I did when I was a kid.
Well, I was thinking about this because recently, I don't even remember how it came up, but I was thinking about like my N64. Like, I still have my Nintendo 64 stashed away at my parents' house. And I used to play it all the time. And I was saying, like, my best friend Katie lived down the street, just a few houses away. And I would go to her house. We would play Mario Party. It was just so easy to like meet up and hang out with friends.
So that's something that you miss doing that you don't have time for anymore?
That's actually, it sounds like that's where I was taking this, but that's absolutely not where I was taking this. That's exactly where I took it, and that's not what I meant to, where I meant to take it.
So what were you trying to say? What do you miss doing? Playing N64 Mario Party?
Actually, I do, but that is totally not the first thing that came to mind when I read this message. When I read this message, I was thinking like, something I used to do all the time was like, I just rode my bike everywhere. I would just be like, I'm just going to go ride my bike. And let me just spend the entire day riding my bike everywhere. Ride my bike to my friend's house, ride my bike around the city. You could do that now. Ride my bike. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, why don't I do that now? I don't even own a bike.
Yeah, you could
like, where would I put a bike? Where would I store a bike? And then I'm like, why don't I ever just go out and do anything without a purpose? I think that's what it is. It's like, we used to do things. Yes. Like, do things just to do it because it's fun. And now I would be like, okay, if I was going on a bike ride, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go on a workout bike ride. Like, why does there have to be a purpose to everything?
I don't know. That's something you should journal about.
This is something I should journal about because why do I feel like I need to like have an end goal or something? I don't. I could just go ride a bike.
You could. Literally, if you miss riding a bike that much, you could just buy a bike.
Not right now because it's snowy. I one time saw a guy riding a bike in the snow and he took a turn and wiped out. And I was like, well, sir,
why would you ride a bike in
that's
the snow?
what happens when you ride a bike in the snow.
Yeah,
you could have just walked.
Or gotten a car.
No idea. No idea.
Okay, I don't miss biking. Famously, actually.
What?
I don't miss biking.
What do you miss?
I don't know. Like I said, I was just thinking, I was like, I don't know what I miss when I was a kid. What do I miss doing? Like in university, I remember I missed reading because like there was no time to read in university if it wasn't the 3,000 assigned pages a week of some of the most boring shit that has ever entered my mind.
I had a couple classes where we had to buy, they called them course packs, and you would have to go to like the special printer on campus to buy the course pack, and it was literally just like a thick stack of paper that you'd put in your binder, and you would have so many readings out of there. It wasn't enough time to read all that stuff. I
don't know what professors are thinking when they're like, read 2 chapters by next class. It's like this class is Tuesday and Thursdays. Like, unless this is homework on a Thursday, like, I'm not reading that between Tuesday and Thursday. You know, Thursday to Tuesday, maybe. Also probably not happening. I'm skimming. So I remember that being a big thing in university. Being like, oh, I miss reading for like enjoyment. But now I do that. So
I do that all the time. Obviously, we're killing our reading goals this year.
Yeah, I murdered my reading goal like halfway through the year. Murdered it.
I have not murdered mine yet, but it's going to happen. I'm going to get there.
That's what you said last year.
I'm close. I got some work to do. Don't get me wrong. Maybe while I'm doing all this 3:30 hiking up that treadmill hill, I can get my reading in.
True.
Yeah.
True. You can get into audiobooks.
Audiobooks is something that I've never gotten into, and I don't know. I really just enjoy reading. Like, I like holding a book in my hands and reading it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever listened to an audiobook.
We used to listen to them on like car rides to like family vacations and stuff in the summer. Like I remember listening to the entirety of the Da Vinci Code, like because we loved the movie so much, you know, like we listened to it in the car, like on a road trip.
Yeah.
But then like when we would get in to drive like from this place to that place, we'd like still, you know.
I'm trying to think. Did I ever see the Da Vinci Code?
I don't know.
I know I haven't read it, and it's on my like want to read list on Goodreads.
I've never read it either.
Well, you audiobooked it, so you technically have read it. You've listened.
I've listened to it.
But would you read something that you listened to on audiobook?
Not now, no. It's what I've done. I've also seen the movie. I'm good.
I don't know if I have. I need to look into that.
Just watch it again and see if it rings a bell.
Well, yeah, I'll just look, like, Google it, and you'll, like, see images or whatever, or watch a clip, and I'll know if I've seen it or not. Yeah, I think in my head, for some reason, I don't know why, but, like, when I think of the Da Vinci Code, my brain just automatically thinks of the goldfinch, and I don't know why.
I don't know what that is.
You've not seen so I read the book. Very, very, very good book. And then they turned it into a movie. Movie was good as well. But, like, obviously, book is always better. And I don't know why. I think Da Vinci Code, and for some reason that just pops into my head.
Okay. I don't know what it's about, but okay.
You should read it. Sure everyone should read it.
Someone listening has probably read both and is, like, either agreeing with you or disagreeing.
Yeah, it's a very good book. So it's very much like, if you've read it, you probably love it. And you're like, oh my gosh, yes, everyone should read this book. But
True. You know what I miss?
What?
Doing? I miss playing Pokemon Snap on N64. Specifically.
Famously, we know, never a Pokemon fan.
Yeah. Well, the new Pokemon game just came out, actually. But I mean, I don't have I'm not playing it. But apparently it's, like, very glitchy. And the glitch is, like, very funny. The stuff I'm seeing. They're like, please don't change it because it's hilarious or something. And I was like, okay. No. But yeah, I remember playing Pokemon Snap. Like, I mean, and specifically, I guess, N64. Or like Crash Bandicoot Racing on PS1. I don't have time for that.
I used to play
those things, but
yeah, Super Mario 64 was obviously one of my favorites. Donkey Kong as well, but that one was always really difficult
Super Smash
for me.
Brothers.
Yes.
Iconic.
That. And then I loved 007. That one was good.
Also very iconic.
Good. Oh, another one that was difficult. We had this what was it called? Was it called a Wave Runner? It was a jet ski game, like a jet ski racing game.
Sounds like it might be called Wave Runner, yeah.
I think it was called Wave Runner. And it was like you could do tricks. There were like ramps. You could do backflips off ramps and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That one was fun.
Yeah, I miss that. Miss having the time to just, like, on a Saturday be like, I'm going to play 7 hours of video games. And it, like, won't affect my life at all.
No responsibilities at all.
I miss camping. I don't have time for that anymore.
Camping?
Yeah, like camping outside. I mean, like, I would do it once. That? Yeah, I would do it like once and then be like, all right, I'm good for another 7 years. Like, you know, but I haven't done it in so long that I'm like, oh, I kind of miss it. Like, especially in the fall.
I have not been camping in I don't even know how long, and I don't think I miss it. I don't mind it, but I feel like I've had plenty of opportunity to go out and camp, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
not my thing.
Right. That or like canoeing. I haven't canoed in like ages. Although canoeing's not very fun. Kayaking would be better.
Wow. Yeah, kayaking is fun. Canoeing, last time I went canoeing, I think my mom and I canoed together. We got in the canoe.
I'm sure that went really well. Did you yell at her a lot?
Pushed off the dock and immediately crashed into a tree full of spiders. So that was good times. We also tipped going over a little mini, you can't call it a waterfall, but it was like a little, you know.
Yeah, I don't know there's like a word for it, but I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Like a rapid, but it wasn't very rapid. It was just like, boop, and then we...
Yeah, you somehow tipped it?
We tipped.
Canoes are kind of easy to tip, I feel like, though.
They're so easy to tip, but I mean, yeah.
Although I'd rather tip a canoe than tip a kayak. Straight up.
Oh, because you're stuck in the kayak, right? stuck
yeah,
in.
it's like a skirt. Yeah. That would scare the shit out of me.
On that note, it's been fun.
It has. It has.
It has been fun. So.
And it'll be fun next time, I'm sure. No psychic, but I'm sure it will be. Thanks, Jeff, for sending us a message. We appreciate it. And you can send in a message calling us at 202-630-4509 or at a message from pod@gmail.com. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and amfpod.com for all that extra shit. And leave us a rate and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, I guess on YouTube too, because you could do that too. And we will see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Bye.